Rocky IV debuted November 27, 1985. It was the classic battle of good versus evil, the underdog versus the unstoppable Goliath. It was a metaphor of the US versus Russia, and today, two economic events are playing Rocky IV all over again. Only this time, in reverse. On July 26, 2023, the United States is paving the way for its new FedNow monetary program. Now you'll hear the side saying that it's a new digital dollar, and another side saying that it isn't a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. The truth is, they're all wrong. We already have digital dollars, ones and zeros, in your bank account and mine. What the FedNow system is launching is a system where all banks feed into one single ledger, similar to what the communist Soviet Union had from 1922 to 1991. That's right, communist Russia had one single bank for all of Russia called Gazbank. Its purpose was to use bank balances and transaction histories to monitor the activity of individuals and force their compliance with 5-year plans and directives. Right, R2. But that's the genius of FedNow. They don't need to kill off all the other banks anymore. They can just recruit thousands of banks into this system under the guise of some sort of convenience to all flow into one single ledger, just like Gazbank. And the Ruskies only wish Gazbank was digital, because instead of using it to monitor things after transactions were made, FedNow allows the government to control transactions as they happen right now. So let's say that you want to fill up your gas tank 4 times a month, but the government imposes climate change measures, of course, for your safety, and now you're only allowed to pump maybe 15 gallons a month. Well, yeah, that's the problem. They use fear tactics as a weapon for us to comply with reasons that they need more control. And most of the time, it's a topic that's impossible to verify how much of a threat it really is. So let's say that you were only allowed to purchase that 15 gallons of gas every month. The system would instantly stop any purchase after 15 gallons. You'd be frozen out of the system and therefore not be able to get to work maybe until your ration was filled up the following month. But what if they locked out grocery stores to inhibit your ability to buy food? You'd comply pretty quickly, wouldn't you? Most people probably think that's pretty far-fetched. You don't have to tell me. So what does this have to do with Rocky IV? Well, Ivan Drago, the Russian boxer played by Dolph Lundgren, was juiced up artificially to compete in a boxing match with Rocky. It was a metaphor of the artificially juiced up communist economy run by central planners versus the naturally enhanced free market economy of the United States. The montage scene shows Ivan getting injected with steroids and lifting weights with machines and a group of central planners in lab coats monitoring their every move. Meanwhile, Rocky is working out with logs and huge boulders and running in the snow. It was real versus artificial. So the FedNow system is this artificially juiced up program using fake money that is printed from nothing that monitors all businesses and citizens that are entrapped by the system. The US has become the very enemy it fought against. We are now Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. Well,
the strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
In 1971, the United States defaulted on its debt. Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. It was supposed to be a temporary measure, but has been in place ever since. The reason was the US had been blowing currency on Vietnam and the Korean War and other welfare programs that France called out the US as being fiscally irresponsible and started converting all their US dollars for gold. The gold dwindled from US vaults from 20,000 tons down to 8,000. It was a run on the bank, a run on Fort Knox. So Nixon closed the window to the gold standard, which also closed the window to the last remnants of fiscal responsibility. This set the US into hyperinflation as the dollar lost 50% of its value in a few short years in the 70s, which then led to a deal with Saudi Arabia, who agreed to only sell oil in US dollars in exchange for its military might. This is why we never went after Saudi Arabia in their involvement for 9/11. And it's why every president today kisses their ass.
Is our children learning?
I love memes.
Bing, bing, bong. I got hairy legs.
The US dollar became the petrodollar. But now the Russians are taking the mantle from Rocky. They, along with the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are creating a gold-backed currency for international trade. On August 22nd, 2023, the official announcement commences in South Africa. The underdogs of today have been quietly accumulating gold reserves for the last 15 years to have a chance in the fight that is happening right before our eyes. The key to me is looking at all the countries requesting to be a part of the BRICS new currency for trade. Saudi Arabia and France are the most significant countries to request acceptance into this currency. Remember, France was the country that called out Nixon last time the US defaulted, and they're our allies. And the only reason the US dollar restored its reserve currency after default was the deal with Saudi Arabia. So if they're now accepting this new gold-backed BRICS currency, what happens to the US dollar? Yeah. So again, you can see how we've now reversed roles in Rocky IV. We're now the artificially juiced up boxer, and the Russians are the naturally pumped up underdog. Does that mean that they're the good guys now? No. But let's face it, we're not either. Here's the good news. More people are awakening to how all of these events in the world are caused by the monetary system, or in this case, two monetary systems. And that includes you. The more people that learn about money, the more of us that can fight back against what's really going on. The truth will set us all free. My email list will get a few more links on this so that they can dive into the details on how these events will affect their lives and where to buy gold. So if you would like to be part of my insider email list, it's free to join. Just sign up here on this link below, and you'll also be notified when my new Money Act investor community goes live. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It notifies you when there's more content, and it really helps my channel out. And check out my other videos and podcasts while you're at it. Be free thinkers, and I am so grateful for you. Thanks for watching Money Act.